All right, we are live, should be good to go. Welcome back to the Moon Piece Podcast channel, where I am doing a live read through, live reaction of Blue Lock Chapter 313, titled Opening Warriors. Now, quickly, before we get into the mix, I just want to make sure that everything on YouTube sounds up to par. As you know, with this live streaming, it sometimes does not work out that way. Okay. Before we get into the mix. Perfect. Everything sounds good there. Love that. All right, guys. Let me just set the mood with some music. Last time we were in reading Blue Lock, we were introduced to some of the players from the U20 World Cup on Nigeria's team, right? A lot of really good character designs there, but now we are in the kickoff with the game finally starting. What's going to happen is anybody going to open up with a fire goal? I guess we'll see. But I'm really excited for this match. I'm really excited with the lineup that we're seeing. I wonder how like the substitutions are going to work with other characters and when we're going to be able to see them shine. I'm talking about characters like Kunigami, Baro, Shido, Kurona, people like that. But I'm really excited to finally see a lot of these people play together again because we haven't seen them play together. God, I think in real time, maybe like 2 years ever since the actual like U20 World Cup. So this is going to be really fun. This is a really good time. I'm really excited to read this chapter today. So without further ado, let's get into Blue Lock Chapter 313, titled Opening Warriors. And we are reading on Kodansha. So it looks like we're opening up with the main character, Onazi, right? And it looks like he's over here. They're playing soccer outside. And it looks like some of the people that he is playing with currently in the U20 are over here cheering him on. They're like, go, Onazi. And one person in the back's like, holy crap. And then boom, another side character, do it, Onazi. Our shining hope as we see him score a goal, right? So now we're cutting back. Once again, I, Atsuto Terasa, will be announcing this match, and I'm Natsuki. What can we expect from the U20 World Cup? Well, the fervor for this opening match is incredible. Let's review the regulations for this tournament. All right, so a little jargon here in the beginning, a little what's it called? That they do just to like let people know like the rules of the world and stuff. Like they explain stuff. It starts with an E, I think. Doesn't matter. All right. Let's review the regulations for this tournament. First, the 64 countries are divided into 16 groups of 4, which will compete round-robin style, and the top 2 teams in each group will advance to the next round, right? And here we're seeing, again, Group A. We have France, England, then Nigeria, and Japan here on that borderline right there, right? That will leave 32 teams in the final tournament, including the playoff match for third place. There will be a total of 128 heated matches of this new era. Also, during the matches, players are permitted to wear these simultaneous interpretation earbuds developed by the Mikage Corporation and utilized during the Neo Egoist League. I can't believe it's finally starting. This is awesome. Let's get pumped. Now then, carving out a future for Japanese soccer. All right, so it looks like they're also still using those earbuds that Rio's dad and his company made for everybody. Shameless plug there. We saw it. We saw Mr. Mikage. It's okay though. But yeah, Jesus Christ, this seems like a lot of games that are going to be played during this arc. Like you guys thought the Neo Egoist League was long. Jesus Christ, the U20 World Cup is probably slated to be like, guys, it's going to take like 3 years at least. Like, oh my God. Like, we'll probably be done with the Nigeria match by the end of this year. And probably like into the next year, we'll be seeing like the final goals being scored. And then, yeah, probably by like end of winter 2026, we're going to see like probably France or England's, right? Like this is going to take a long time, right? And like, I would say like by the end of 2026, we'll be in the knockout brackets. I'll say by the end of 2026, we'll be in the knockout brackets and we'll have Atoshi Sai like joining the group. But I really feel like either Nagi and Kira and or both are going to be joining the Blue Lock team in either the game against England or France. But yeah, this is going to take forever. And now then, carving out a future for Japanese soccer are the new chapter of Blue Lock Warriors. And it looks like this is a double page spread with Rin and Asagi leading the charge up against the Nigeria team. Let the U20 World Cup begin! And it looks like Onazi is just like ready to go. I kind of hate that like they like opened up the chapter with like a little bit of his background because like everybody's got a story, you know? And like he seems like a really charismatic guy. Like I like his design, I like his look. He looks like a main character, right? So I'm excited to see him play, but I'm also like a little upset to see him lose. So we'll see. I mean, who knows? Japan might lose against Nigeria in the first round, and then they'll have no choice but to beat France and England. We'll see. But yeah, kicks off. I wish I could do the double page spread, guys, but honestly, it's gonna like mess everything up, and it takes forever to get this to look as good as it does. So yeah, not changing anything there. But yeah, all right. So again, love that Rin and Asagi are both leading the charge up against them, right? And it looks like they meet the captain, an offensive midfielder called Kuso, right? Asagi and Rin. Oh, looks like he gets around Asagi, but not around Rin. Shortest, fastest, best answer as the guy darts a pass over to somebody, but it looks like Bachira is ready to steal the ball. And it looks like Nigeria's right midfielder, Bello, is right there ready to go. Oh my God. And he gets around Bachira like it's nothing, right? Bachira is like, nice twirl, right? The guy kicks it off, says rapid attack as he kicks the ball into the air. And then Ario's right there. He's saying that pass was too sloppy, right? And here comes Onazi saying, nah, it's all good since I'm here. Yo, we got All Might over here. And then there's the Nigeria forward, Onazi. And then Ario's like, come on, right? Yo, what's up, 2 Black? Glasses dude is tough. Glasses dude. Is that, yeah, I was going to say that's the first guy there. He seems like the cool, he looks like the Rin of the team, except not as like insecure and has like brother issues like Rin, right? Yeah, he just seems like the cool, nonchalant kind of character, you know? But yeah, I feel like right now, Blue Lock is kind of like feeling them out a little bit, kind of seeing how they play, because these guys are going 100% right off the rip, right? And I feel like everyone's kind of just measuring them out, right? Like Bachira is kind of like letting the guy go, and he's just like admiring him, like, oh, nice twirl, right? And Rain and Rio, like they tried to block the pass, but you know, I guess they're not there yet. But yeah, Onazi is already there. He's like, nah, it's all good because I'm here. I like that. That's good energy, right? His eyes look great. Good smile, right? And then again, Ario's like, come on, captain. And then there's our boy, Oliver IQ. Captain, center back. Nice flexibility, buddy. And then Onazi's like, you're open there. And he goes in right for the kick, right for the goal, as before this man even touches the floor, right? But then there's Nico there to cover. Yep, I'll fill in any gaps. That's a must when exterminating vermin, right? And then here we have Onazi like, wowza. Now then, as we see crows flying down, crow feathers flying down now. Is that Karasu? I'm hoping that's Karasu, or is that somebody else from the Nigeria team coming in to scoop up the leftovers? But good on you, Nico, to cover the gap. I really like that. This man is just showing how much of a good defensive player that he is, right? He sees IQ there. He sees Ario trying to get the pass, and he's like, that this guy could score a goal here, and he waited, hands behind the back because he's a professional, right? Boom. And he took that shit on the head. Now I'm just wondering if he took it to the point where he was able to kind of like divert where the ball was going to go, right? And then we have Nutbuster over here saying, freaking Isagi getting cooked again. Listen, it's the opening match. Everyone's feeling each other out, right? Isagi, at the end of the day, is not a good defensive player. So let's give him time to cook. All right, the kitchen just opened, but again, Nico saved the pass. But where's the ball going? Are those feathers from Karasu or are they from someone else? Boom, let's go. Then here comes Karasu to receive the pass with a nice little chest bump with a couple of other Nigeria players around him. And now he's like Blue Lock 2.0 as Karasu hits the dash and goes forward, right? Love, wicked smile on his end, by the way. Jesus Christ. Another double page spread as Karasu sends the ball flying in the air. Counterattack. And now all the announcers are like, whoa, they've turned the tables. Yeah, that's kind of, they didn't turn the tables. They just got the ball. And now, I mean, I guess that's called, like, turning the tables. I feel like it's like such a dramatic line for like when things were looking really dire and all of a sudden, like, they caught up. But like, the game just started. Don't be like, oh, they turned the tables. Like, no one scored a goal, bro. Calm down. But yeah, Carlos was excited. He's like, yo, we're Blue Lock 2.0. Let's go. Counterattack. Sends the ball flying to Hiyori, right? That's his boy. They're best friends. Hiyori's ready to receive. He's the left wing back. Yo Hiyori. The ball goes to Yo Hiyori. And Hiyori's ready. He's locked in. He's like, time to reflect. Reflect what? He sends the ball flying around two defenders right to Blue Lock's forward, Rin Itoshi. With the few touches made, they've made it to the front line, right? And Ren's over here. He's ready to go. Rin Itoshi is slipping past one after another. And here comes googly eyes over here. No way. As we have Nigeria's defender, Obo Abona. And he's like, gonna stop you. And we have a versus Rin between Rin and this guy. Right, and I really wonder, and it's in a moment like this, in the beginning of the first game of the U20 World Cup, how are Rin and Isagi going to play together? Because during the U20 match against Japan, Rin and Isagi were a great team. They had great teamwork, but now both of them are sharing the stage. Are they going to compete for goals, or are they going to like work together to just win and do good, right? So let's see. Or is Rin just going to absolutely demolish this guy? So Rin goes up and he's got that predator eye and he's like so tepid as Rin kicks the ball past it and he's like, I've already fired. And the guy's reacting. He's like, yikes, that's a sick curve. Oh, and he went to go score the goal. Rin's a demon. So he's already using the predator eye in a way that Baro uses it. But Rin was using it defensively during the PXG versus Bastard match. But now Rin's using it offensively like Baro did with the Ubers, right? He's using it to find that like perfect goal spot. But it doesn't matter since ultimately Onazi comes from the back, blocking it, doing the goalkeeper's job. And Onazi's like, it's all good as he blocks it, sends the ball flying. But I wonder if Isagi predicted that. And Onazi's like, it's all good since I'm here. And it looks like this is another double page spread. The author is opening up the U20 World Cup with a banger. Whoa, Onazi stopped it. But why was he over there? Such crazy momentum. Both teams are walloping each other with magnificent preemptive strikes. This opening match is a desperate collision of two powerhouses, right? But boom, Asagi's like, no, I've already transcended them. I can see a vision of our victory. As Asagi already knew that Rin was going to go for the goal. Asagi knows. He's like, Rin don't wanna work with me. And it looks like we're already at the end of the chapter. And it seems that way because we had like three different double page spreads, which is absolutely wicked. But as the beginning of this new arc, you know, things are gonna happen fast, right? I mean, we've all been reading Blue Lock for a while, right? All of this, like, it goes by so quick. But so hold on, let me see. What does it look like if I do the double page spreads? Yeah, I guess that's not bad. But yeah, honestly, Rin doing the double page spread on Homie Obona. This double page spread. Okay, so let me go back to the beginning of the chapter. Right, we have this first double page spread of Rin and Asat. Oh, what's up, Riasat? Welcome to the Blue Lock chat. Do you read Blue Lock? So yeah, this first opening Blue Lock double page spread looks really good. Love seeing Rin and Asagi right next to each other, neck and neck, and now we're seeing the parallels of Asagi and Onazi on opposite ends of the page. I didn't realize that before, but it just goes to show you, like, these are the two main stars on the field, on the pitch, as they would say, right? So the second one is when Karusu gets the ball and sends the ball flying for a counterattack to Hiyori, right? Another really good one. Karusu's a great center midfielder. So he sends that ball flying. Here's the third double page spread, right? With Rin sending a wicked curve shot, not to Asagi, not to anybody else, but to score a goal for himself, because that's what Blue Lock is all about. Even now, during the U20 World Cup, it's about scoring the goal for yourself, and that's exactly what Rin is doing. And now here's yet our fourth double page spread with Onazi blocking it, and honestly, it looks really, really good. Nah, it's all good since I'm here. This guy's ready to go. He's putting 100% from the moment he stepped on the pitch. And look at that goalkeeper. That man's just like, damn, I really am useless. Yeah, bro, what are you doing? Even the announcer's like, but why was he over there? Because he knew his goalkeeper wasn't going to get that. He knew his goalkeeper was going to fail. So, yeah. And then we have just a regular page. So we had 4 double page spreads during this chapter, which is, again, why it seems like it's going by so fast. But I knew that Asagi wouldn't assume that Rin was going to pass him the ball. That's why Asagi put himself in a place where he could receive the ball when Rin's excuse me, guys, sorry. So that he could receive the ball when Rin's attempt at a goal failed, and he was right. So now Asagi's going to be ready to transcend them, as he says. I can see a vision of our victory. All right. Is Nigeria really going to be that easy of a victory for you guys? I really wonder how the author is going to do with some of these matches. I can't imagine, because, I feel like every match that we've had in Blue Lock, for instance, I guess we can use, in every single one, we're getting the backgrounds on a lot of the characters. I mean, when we versed Manshine City, we got the background for Don Lorenzo. When we did throughout the Neo Egoist League, we got a lot of background on Ness and Kaiser. So I just wonder how we're probably going to get a little background on Onazi, and I wonder if we're going to get it on anybody else. You yawn once and then you just keep yawning. Jeez. So I wonder if we're going to get it on anybody else except for Onazi, because I think, I don't know, this being the first game, I just don't want to waste too much time on learning a completely new set of characters and their motivations and their backstories and everything like this. So when I see Asagi over here saying, I can see a vision of our victory, I'm just wondering if it's just it's really going to be that easy of a match for them. But we'll see. This was a good opening chapter for the new arc that is the U20 World Cup. Nothing too crazy happened. It was nice getting all these double page spreads, but I wish there was kind of less of that and more plays, more content to be had. Again, the Karusu double page spread, the Rin double page spread, the double page spread in the beginning, It was a good moment for the defensive players of Blue Lock. I'll say that. You know, Nico had a chance to shine here. Uh, Carlos, who just, you know, I'm not gonna say he had a chance to shine, other than the fact that he got a double page spread, but you know, he looked good in it. He looked cool. So yeah, this was a good chapter. I'll probably give it a probably like a 6 out of 10, honestly. You know, slightly above average. Again, nothing really wowed me here. I guess the only thing that really wowed me is the fact that Rin is using his Predator Eye and an offensive capability, as we had only known him to use it for defensive capabilities in order to tear his opponents down whenever he was in destroyer mode, but that doesn't seem to be the case. And maybe this had to do with the training that he did in those 2 weeks, right? Maybe Ego was like, yeah, this is, you have the Predator's Eye, this is how you need to use it from now on. I don't know why I'm yawning so much, guys. Jeez. But yeah, this was a 6 out of 10 for me, slightly above average. It wasn't a bad chapter. A six, again, 6 is above average, not below average. So it's still a good chapter, but you know, nothing too crazy here. But yeah, this was the opening for the U20 World Cup, guys. Let's see what happens next time. Hopefully there's no break, because these like opening chapters for a new soccer game here in Blue Lock, you know, they take a while to build up. It takes a while to build up the tension. But the more we see, the more I'm like excited to see, like, okay, how is Blue Lock playing together? How are they doing? How are they going to do moving forward? You know, because again, this is the first, like Carlos just said, this is Blue Lock 2.0. So this is the first time that they're playing together in real time, years. In their time, maybe like 6 to 8 months, right? So it's been a minute. So I'm really excited to see how they all come together. But yeah, thank you guys for coming to check out my Blue Lock live stream chapter review. Please consider liking the video, subscribe if you have not already. Today we had another one of our episodes drop of the regular podcast. It is a 2-hour long episode, but there are a lot of really good key moments in there if you guys want to check that out. We talk about the new Superman movie, the new Fantastic Four movie. We talk about the finale for Apothecary Diaries. Corey and I dive into To Be Hero X. And there was one other thing that we talked about besides Apothecary Diaries. But anyway, thank you again, guys, for tuning in to this live stream chapter review. Hopefully we see you again next week. Corey and I will have One Piece later on this week. We'll also have a Sailor Moon live stream as well. But yeah, guys, thank you very much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Sayonara.